It's tabletop time!
And I'm Rob. Today, we're going to revisit an experiment we did 2 and a bit years ago by making an AI be our narrator. So, we have 3 plucky adventurers that are going to be set up on a scenario that's been voted by our viewers live on YouTube when we stream. And we're going to let the AI take the reins.
I'm Jazza. Let me introduce my character that we were doing a bit of workshopping. We'd figured out in our setting, which is going to be in a futuristic space pirate world. Think Treasure Planet, but as a gritty rebooted cinematic real life Amazon Prime series. That's actually good. I think that's sort of what. No, there's some good stuff on that.
I'm Cargo. They call me that because I'm the cargo crew. They don't need a cargo crew because I do the job all by my damn self. Pick up the boxes, move the boxes, put the boxes down. Sometimes I've had hydraulic systems to help me do it well. Most of the time, I don't need them.
All right, I'm Murray, and I will be playing the slippery Slip, who I think would probably be termed as like the greasy monkey, the person who gets into all the cracks and infiltrates into. Sorry. Hello. Yeah, basically just that really sort of slimy, unpleasant person who's really useful to have around, but once that's done, you sort of
And who's your character?
bugger off. My name is Slip, and I think I'll be a bit, I can do that for you, Captain. I can do that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I can manage that. Yeah. Give me 15 minutes, and I'll have it right.
Love it.
All right, I'm Liam, and today
Welcome,
I'll be...
Liam.
Thank you so much.
Also bears mentioning, Liam's our tabletop time editor.
That's me.
So exciting to have you here.
I popped in on other stuff in the background, but yeah, this is my voice.
First
You guys
time
have
up
actually hear me for
and
once.
front and center on tabletop time. But you've done some LARPing and some roleplay stuff.
Yes. I've been doing that for a better part of a decade. Actually.
You do bloody just
this will be-
fine,
this will be
mate.
really
Don't
fun.
worry about it.
I'm really excited to be here.
Tell us about your character, Liam.
I'm going to be playing Wrench, who is a ship's engineer, and then I'm going to be a little bit more like this. Sorry, I just really want to just get my job done, and if that's okay, I'll be over here in the corner. Don't worry, like,
Just unassuming, well-behaved pirate.
if you can just tell me what the problem is, it's okay. I've got to go. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Well-behaved pirate. Maybe he was kidnapped.
Yeah, no, he's just really easy to bully into being part of the crew. It's like, can I leave? No, get over there and hack into the thing.
Yeah. He literally, he was just doing a course at like Space Uni one day, and a guy was like, "Here, just follow me." He's like, "I mean, okay,
I'm just on the work placement, man.
you're on a pirate ship now." Okay.
I love it.
So it bears mentioning. Now, obviously, the premise of this is very clear. It's in the thumbnail, the title. We're trying to get ChatGPT to lead our D&D session or our roleplay session.
Yes.
We've done 2 videos around this.
Yes.
The first was, and these are actually on the original Tabletop Time channel because we have since
before the
migrated over
switch,
here.
yeah.
I'll link to in the description. The first was a prank. I pranked Dave using Dungeon AI Dungeon.
Yeah.
The second was...
And I think that was back when it was GPT-2.
Yeah, so it's a long time ago. The second was a full video trying to basically... Rob was leading it, and there were 3 of us, and we tried to play. It went all over the place. It was messy.
It's great.
AI's come a long way,
Yes.
and it may not be perfect, but we're going to be working with GPT 3.5 for the first 2 of these 3 episodes, but for the third, we're going to try and you take over and explain why and how it works.
Yeah, okay. So I've spent some time engineering a prompt that we can use, and I've done all of my testing specifically on ChatGPT 4. Now, there is a limit on how many times you can use ChatGPT 4 based on the current subscription model. So we want to try and set up a setting and the situation prior to using it, because we do have a limited number of that. So we're going to spend the first 2 sessions doing it on ChatGPT 3.5 using the prompt I've engineered. Now, I've not tested it with ChatGPT 3.5, so this should be really interesting. If it works, maybe at the end we'll share the prompt. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, your initial prompt is basically trying to give it a primer on the stats of Cogent. So we're using Cogent character sheets. So we're not just playing imaginary games. We're going to be rolling dice and telling the AI what we get. And when it comes to combat, we'll play it by ear a bit, but basically the idea will be Rob will improvise their stats and roll for them and tell AI what the results are.
Yep.
But the theory is after 2 episodes, if we get something decent, like this is the first time we've given it a proper shot, and I'm curious if it works. Whatever the result of this story is after 2 episodes, we're going to, in between episodes 2 and 3, refeed the whole story into a new chat with GPT-4, which is the newest model of AI, and see if we can run the final session. We'll be restricted on the amount of questions we can ask. It might be a very short session, but hopefully with it primed enough, with enough prep time beforehand, maybe it'll be some good storytelling. We'll find out.
We could get really lucky, and by the time the 3rd episode comes out,
would be
they
great.
might have reduced or removed the limit. And we just
It's all
nuts on
moving
it.
pretty quick. So,
Yeah.
would you like to take us through your first prompt and the plan?
Well, honestly, most of the prompt is just explaining to it that you are now a dungeon master. That is your role.
Can you show us?
The whole thing?
Yeah, people will find this stuff interesting.
Does it have a name?
No.
Can we name it?
Give it a name.
It is more or less just a massive wall of text.
Okay, just give us the synopsis.
Yeah, essentially, I just tell it that it's going to be a narrator or a dungeon master for our group of 3 players. I tell it that it should be speaking to the players directly as if it is a dungeon master. I have included a thing in there to say if anything's in square brackets, it's actually outside of the roleplay. It's feedback on its narrating. That way, as we move, or if there's something that needs to change, I can put it in square brackets and be like, "Hey, fix this."
It's worth mentioning, and I've used GPT 3.5 quite a lot. Sometimes it loses its way a little bit. Just feel free to just push it back in place now and then, because it gets better and better the more you remind it.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like it says something wrong and you say, hey, no, actually remember we decided square brackets means this.
Yep.
So don't respond to that. You know what I mean? And it actually will be like, oh, yeah, sorry. Let's do that again.
After giving it that essentially beginning thing, I then go through how the system works specifically for Cogent. So there's 3 attributes, 16 stats. This is how they factor in. I tell it needs to be proactive in requesting dice rolls. I tell it how challenge levels are based. Now in ChatGPT-4, it's actually really, really good at giving challenge levels. It's like uncannily good.
Really?
It's really weird.
At least the version 4 that you
In 4,
used.
yeah.
So we'll see
So
how this goes.
again, this could be chaos. I'm really excited for it. And then it also knows how to calculate successful dice rolls and what that means. It knows that a failure in a dice roll does not necessarily mean they fail to achieve the task. It could mean that it has unexpected consequences. And then I quickly go through like a one-line thing. This is a scenario today. It's a futuristic space pirate. You want your phone?
Thank you. I'm like, I feel so naked.
Space pirate. A dark and epic adventure. Our characters are Wrench the engineer, Slip the rogue, Cargo the logistics specialist. And then I get it so that it's always going to try and lay out the scene and always attempt or request dice checks like skill
Can you
checks.
also ask it to give characters dialogue in quotations, and then you can read NPC dialogue?
Yeah, sure.
Say, give us non-player character dialogue in quotations, because then that gives you a script. I think that could be really useful. I am so pumped for this. This is really exciting. What I'm most curious about is the other times we did this, it was like this, like quirky toy. And now it's like this is a serious tool that's ironing out the kinks, but I'm cautiously optimistic because I've done a lot of playing with this and I think we could have a cool adventure.
Yeah.
Also worth saying, this background behind us and anytime we change environment,
Well, that one.
do you want to show where that one came from?
Yeah, sure. So we requested a futuristic space station with space pirate ships, and it gave us these awesome backgrounds. And I just picked
This is Mid-Journey.
a really cool one and upscaled it.
Insane.
Journey's so good.
Insane. So there you go. Let's tell a story.
All right.
So give it that. Let's see what it bloody gives us.
Nice. I
Wouldn't
have
it be
no
edgy?
experience with AI, so I'm just expecting to be eaten by inflatable dinosaurs or something.
I can't wait
Now
to
it's heard you.
get your to get your impressions on.
I'm really, really excited.
this, yeah.
Very excited.
I wonder if we've had this window so open for so long that ChatGPT is about to time out when I press enter. 3.
You've copied your
2.
prompt, yeah?
Good idea.
Is it set to 3.5?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's get started, shall we?
Greetings, space adventurers. You find yourselves above your trusty spaceship, the Black Pearl.
Okay, no. So now we actually had decided the start of the setting. Obviously, it's being very derivative. So let's do it. This usually happens, right? It usually, the first couple of prompts is extremely derivative and just tries to give you the most vanilla version of whatever it is you've asked for. So say, wrong, I don't, like basically say in the square brackets, this is way too derivative. Don't use any names that exist in other...
Is this a 3.5?
Yeah.
3.5. That exist in other TV or in other copyright settings or whatever.
I hope it's immune to your grammar.
Also, we are going to give you the opening setting, and it is that the 3 crew members find themselves without a captain and without a ship. Am I going too fast? If only Rob were a robot. AI would keep up with me.
Robbot.
Continue.
Marooned on the spaceport of an unfamiliar planet in need of a ship. And not knowing if the planet is hostile or if it's a spaceport, if they're, whatever it is, or what the politics or culture of this planet are. What are you thinking? The more we have in this, the better, right? So,
I was trying to keep up with you on an unfamiliar keyboard, and I wrote infamiliar planet.
okay.
Other than that, I think I did okay.
Okay. We need stuff in here basically for it to work. Okay. So if we just sort of say, give us an adventure, he'll say the Black Pearl is blah, blah, blah. So we've got to say,
Specific.
we were previously chased by a law enforcement space fleet that has lost our whereabouts. You know what I mean? Like, let's give it some...
Sounds like
Things to work with.
they're my suggestions. What are you all thinking?
Yeah, or especially, or just like an investigator or detective or something that's
Okay.
sort of like really taking up grievance.
A bounty hunter or
yeah,
something?
yeah, bounty hunter.
We're going from that like,
There's a group of
thing
bounty hunters.
Like we're that crap that we're not worth like federal investigation or
Okay,
anything.
yeah.
So they've just paid off a bounty hunter.
And maybe the bounty hunters got the captain, and the reward is for the rest of the crew.
Okay.
And we are the rest of the crew.
yeah, I like that.
So we
I was kind of
escaped.
getting the vibe that we're kind of like the A team in space.
We were the A
We
team.
were.
We lost the rest of the team. So we're the we're now the B team.
we're just a team.
Yeah.
A team.
Yeah.
Barely that.
Just a team.
Yeah, I know. I think the name for
Have you got
a
any
robot
of-
should be Robbot because it's being helmed
Robbot.
by Rob.
Who's a robot? What?
The name for the chat. The chat.
All right. Do you want to give us that and then ask it to set our opening and tell it to be as descriptive?
That's in the original prompt.
Okay, and remind it. I will remind you to be as descriptive as possible, and to speak for non-player characters in quotations.
I already got that as well.
Okay, but just reminders are good.
So cool.
All right. Let's hope. We started off with the Black Pearl, so let's see where it goes.
Your ship, the black hole.
That's so bad.
Okay. Do you want me to read that whole thing out? Or just go for it?
Go for it.
Bang!
All right.
Apologies.
You find yourself stranded on a bustling spaceport on an unfamiliar planet, having narrowly escaped the clutches of a notorious bounty hunter who has already captured your former captain. As you make your way through the crowded streets of the spaceport, you notice a wanted poster with your faces plastered on it, with a hefty bounty offered for your capture. What do you do?
They didn't get a good picture of me. With that said, I don't think we should be out in the open. What do you reckon? Find a place to hold up until we can figure out our next steps?
Yeah, is the poster in a really
How big's
like,
the poster?
and also in a noticeable location?
Ask it.
Because like would it be realistic
how big
to
is
like
the- yeah.
remove it, or is it like
You can say, literally say
big notice
describe the
board?
poster
Yeah.
and the population surrounding it.
Like, is it in the middle of a plaza, or is it just on the side of, a telephone pole
Do
near
you
an
need to
alley?
square brackets it?
Or is it on
Or
a screen?
is that no? That square brackets is feedback. Isn't
Still
it?
using paper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it could be scrolling on the screen.
It could be
Not actually
screen or
paper.
hologram.
The wanted poster features a grainy image of the three of you,
grainy.
each with a distinctive look that sets you apart from the others. Underneath your image is a large, bold font declaring, "Wanted, dead or alive," and offering a reward of 50,000 credits for your capture. The poster appears to have been hastily made, with noticeable creases and wrinkles from being plastered up in a hurry. The poster is located on the side of a large building with several other wanted posters and advertisements cluttered around it. The street is bustling with activity, with vendors selling a variety of goods and people hurrying to and fro. You notice several groups of uniformed officers patrolling the area, their weapons at the ready, scanning the crowd for any signs of trouble.
All right. We're gonna have to avoid the law, but looks like we're in competition anyway.
I say signaling at the other posters on the board.
I don't think the chasing our tail is too hard right now. Let's find a bite to eat.
How could you be hungry at a time like this?
How could you not be?
Oh my god.
You don't work up an appetite being marooned?
Just somewhere where there's less lights, maybe.
Less lights.
Yeah, just nowhere like this plaza.
Less people. That's good.
I have some I have some pretty good ideas of where to find some dodgy low-lit places to eat. Let me see if I can
I crack my knuckles and pull out my Pokédex. I don't know, phone. I pull out my tech phone. Futuristic. I pull out my tech to search for a local, dingy, disreputable bar for us to lie low in. Okay.
I hope it's a burner.
Oh, let you be the master in dodgy here.
Your own phone.
Yeah, I refuse to change my number. If anyone shares it, I'm in big trouble.
You're just like taking selfies next to posters.
Yeah, it's all just a reel of my wanted posters, like,
You're like signing them.
yeah, was here. Yeah.
You're like, you're right. It's worth more than 50,000 now.
Yeah, it's like the credits are slowly going up, and I'm like just looking prouder with every picture. All right. So we're going to prompt you're sort of fixing up.
Yeah.
Okay. Prompt engineer at work. I guess that this is a case in point of like AI is not a magic button, and you'll see us workshopping it, but we're going to give it the best chance possible. It'd be interesting to compare to 4 in the final episode.
Yeah.
All right.
You just instantly found a place to eat.
Okay, no, correct it. Like, it's all right. We'll workshop this
don't
stuff.
think I do.
With each correction, it will get better. I'm confident of that. And remind it to tell us to create challenges for us to roll against.
Yeah, I'm not sure 3.5 is going to get us to do that, but we'll get it. We'll try.
I can try it.
You can't just give come
So,
to attempt to roll.
Looks like reception's in here is a bit of shit. It's taking your phone a bloody long time.
bear with us as we figure out how to tell AI to do what we want it to. All right, what do we got?
No, what do you do?
It's all right, just we'll do another corrective thing.
What do you mean?
Rolling. Call that cargo.
We're slowly losing our confidence here. We did decide to use the older model of AI, but we'll see if we can jury-rig it to make it work. Confidence slowly diminishing. Come on, prompt engineer. What do we got? Hard at work. Look at him hacking the mainframe.
We go back.
So talk us through what you're doing right now, what you're getting and what you're shaping.
Okay, so I gave it the previous thing where Cargo is going to attempt to try and find something, and it instantly gave a response and skipped straight to them eating. And then I was like, no, you can't do that. And then it was like, oh, Cargo says, I found a place just a few blocks away. And I'm like, no, No, ChatGPT. You cannot speak for the players.
He wants to
But I do appreciate that it put it in quotes.
Yeah.
It almost got there.
Honestly, this happens like every time I've found a lot of usefulness out of it. I've spent a few dozen prompts pushing it and trimming the edges that are bloated, and then when it's sort of running, it runs well. So I'm confident this is all part of the process. He said, slowly getting more worried and nervous.
That's right. You're basically teaching a new player how to do role playing.
Pretty much.
Like, no, you cannot do that.
Absolutely fascinating.
It is, isn't it? Are we getting closer? So, artificial intelligence. Do you know what? We'll be back shortly. Okay, we return. It was actually not long after we got a prompt pretty much straight away. Then we got distracted because we prepped another AI background, which we'll swap out in a second. But as you were.
So I had a discussion with ChatGPT about what we were looking for because it kept like,
Firm words were
I'm doing it wrong.
Get the thrashing of a lifetime.
I had to reaffirm that it's not allowed to provide dialogue for our players. Our players are free to have their own dialogue when needed, and essentially just hit it on the wrist a little bit.
that person who like talks in the middle of the movie, like, shut up.
And I reaffirmed the actions that were taken, which was Cargo was trying to find a place to eat using his little comms deck on his wrist.
Comms deck.
That's what I call it. I think I called it that. Anyway. As Cargo searches for a local eatery, he notices a few options nearby, but most of them seem to be crowded with locals and law enforcement.
Nah, that ain't gonna work.
After a few minutes of searching, he comes across a small restaurant with a sign outside that reads, The Cosmic Cafe. The place seems to be relatively empty, with only a few locals scattered throughout the establishment. I'm assuming you're going to make your way inside because it kind of tells you you're going to do that.
I feel
That'll be just right.
I feel compelled to go inside for some reason.
Follow me.
DM is railroading you. As you make your way inside, you're greeted by a friendly server who leads you to a table in the corner. As you sit down to peruse the menu,
Thank
you
you.
notice a small group of law enforcement officers entering the restaurant. They seem to be scanning the area for any signs of trouble, but they do not appear to have noticed your group just yet.
All right, fellas, lay low.
Oh shit, Cargo. This is what we're trying to avoid.
Look, I'm gonna level with you. I haven't left the cargo hold in 16 years. Aside from occasional forays into dodgy taverns and bars, I don't know my way around anything other than a ship. So, we're gonna need a ship pretty soon. Otherwise, I won't know what to do with myself.
Look at the bloody reviews of this place. The top rating is from the local district police. Come on, get it together.
Oh, God.
Are you using your own phone right now?
No, it's his.
Your comm deck? It's his.
Yeah. See? It's all of his photos. Yeah, take the bloody thing back.
Literally,
All right,
want to
let's think.
inside.
Let's think. Let's do what we do best, right? We all have our specialties. I lift heavy things. There ain't many things for me to lift right now. But you two, you got the...
You're certainly not carrying the team, mate.
Push buttons.
Hey, I will be when there's something to lift. But in the meantime, we gotta get in the ship.
Oh, then lift
you
your
can work
game.
out the buttons of the ship and you can sneak in the ship. Otherwise, I'm a bit stuck. So come up with a plan, smart guys.
Well, I guess we need some form of ship. Then.
It seems like it. I don't want to
Do you
hang
want
around
to see
here.
if you can overhear? Say maybe try and make a perception check
Yeah,
to see if you
yeah,
can
yeah.
overhear talk of someone
Patrons in
talking.
between
See if
flights
you
or
can
something.
hear anything about people talking about their ship.
Yeah, that's. I would.
What are you thinking?
I feel like I'd be constantly just like observing whatever space I am. So if I can hear something,
I think that's the
should I
thing.
roll first or should we put a
Well,
prompt
we
in?
need to suggest. We need to suggest to AI what we will attempt. So what do you want to attempt specifically?
So we've got some law enforcement's inside, some patrons, and then some bar stuff. But we just listen into some conversations and see if there's any
Yeah.
useful information that we could use about procuring a vehicle of sorts.
Great. All right.
Yeah, see if maybe someone's having trouble, and maybe they need an engineer or something.
True. Rather than just gonna. Where's the keys?
That's where slip comes in.
That's right.
Slip in there. I've seen you slip in places I'd rather not have seen. On ships.
Why were you watching?
Specifically.
All right. What do we got? Are we reprimanding the AI again?
What did I do? I rolled a 6.
I can't see what you're typing. Are you not typing in
I'm
the...
typing above it because I'm modifying the original one.
Yep. It's very presumptuous, this AI.
All right.
I can attempt.
Okay, it wants you to do an infiltration check.
Infiltration?
4.
I'm doing a Metal Gear. Okay, let's go.
Wrench attempts to eavesdrop on the law enforcement and other patrons to gather information about a ship that they may obtain or stow away on.
Okay.
This will be an infiltration skill check, challenge level 4, due to the difficulty of overhearing specific information in a crowded and noisy environment without drawing attention to yourself.
What am I getting myself
Correct.
into?
You could correct and say that would be perception. Mm-hmm. You could do that. It's learning. We can be. It's like we've got new players, right? So we'll encourage you to sort of suggest what you want to do.
Yeah. Perception check.
We got a new narrator.
You say perception.
Perception. That would be perception. You just correct it and say that would be a perception skill, not.
Okay, yep. So you would roll the number of dice equal to your perception skill.
So 6 die.
Nice.
I can count.
And it's a challenge level 4.
Okay.
Okay, and say the player rolled.
Oh.
Not bad.
Ooh, okay. Roll
Player
3.
succeeded. Oh no, the player didn't. The player failed.
Whoops.
Oh no. Let's see what the narrator does when you fail.
I punch a cop in the face.
Let me just. All right. What do we
Wrench
got?
strains his ears, trying to pick up any snippets of conversation that might be useful. As he listens, he manages to catch a few words here and there, but nothing that provides any concrete information about a ship that they can obtain or stow away on. However, he does hear one patron mention the name of a local smuggler who is known to operate in the area. It's possible that the smuggler might be able to provide some leads on the ship, which can be obtained or stowed away on.
Does he have the fastest ship in the sector?
Wrench, you got anything?
What's the name of the smuggler? Doesn't give me a name.
They might not have said it. You might not have overheard that.
So you mentioned the name.
Oh.
Nikolai.
Nikolai.
Okay.
What you got?
Look, I don't know of any, ships specifically, but there's a smuggler around. He's called Nikolai, I think, if you guys heard of him.
Nikolai.
All right. Say, Cargo would like to make a general knowledge check to see if he knows or has heard of this Nikolai. What's the role?
Nikolaj.
It's not a ship, but
What's the
I'll
challenge?
take a smuggling over staying around here.
Do not provide an outcome. Oh, I see. Yeah, gotcha.
I'm learning.
Yep.
Cargo can make a general knowledge check to see if he has heard of Nikolai. Given that
think
Nikolai is a
punishment,
local
yes.
smuggler, this would be an uncommon task check with a challenge level of 2.
Okay. Failure.
Oh no.
Okay.
Nah, never heard of him. Can you see if you can? I mean, you gotta either get closer to the conversation or
Cargo racks his brain trying to remember any information about Nikolai, but unfortunately, he does not recall ever hearing the name before. You're like, that's a name?
People aren't called that. They're called things like cargo and wrench.
Nikolai. Does he collect a lot of nickels? This guy.
Well, it's clear that I'm not really good at this. I don't know. This is probably more your department. You want to give it a go?
You might need to slip in there.
Need to get someone a bit closer? All right, I can probably do that. So I'm going to basically make my over like I'm looking for the toilet or maybe for the closest menu that maybe it's not provided.
That's an
at the table.
infiltration check.
Yeah.
So describe an infiltration check for Slip.
What are you attempting to do?
Move closer
Without being
towards
noticed.
the conversation.
Yeah.
So I can hear better. Since my associates have thus far failed. I'm going to take matters into my own hands.
Excellent.
Smuggler. Not knowing anyone in this port could be a good contact to have.
What does he smuggle?
We could start a new crew. I mean, we had a couple of smugglers in there.
So like signal across my neck.
It was really unpleasant to watch. One of them was my blood brother.
Oh.
But I'm not an emotional sort of guy, so, you know. I hated him. He owed me money.
Certainly.
I'm never getting it back.
Slip can attempt to move closer to the conversation to gather more information about the smuggler. This will be a stealth check at challenge level 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
Some dice.
Stuff. I'm okay with taking a higher number, apparently. So there's 6 or a 7. Someone changed their mind halfway through writing it.
So it's base 3 plus anything you've got in intelligence. Wait, whatever you've got in reflex, plus any points in reflex.
It's the rolls are counted for you.
Yeah.
So stealth.
Yeah,
is,
you've written like a 6 or a 7.
is,
Well, you've got 3 plus
Who changed
4.
this? 1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
5, 6. It's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, yeah, 6.
Did you write over the stuff I wrote there?
I haven't touched my sheet.
Anyway, it's 6, Murray. It's 6. If AI
One
wrote
person
the
over
shit,
here has
it
a
wouldn't have
pencil.
gotten it wrong.
All right.
What'd you get?
5 successes.
Okay. Our first success for the game.
Just needed the right talent in the right place, it seems.
I guess I'm leaving all those jobs to you then.
Slip stealthily maneuvers his way closer to the group, his movements smooth and effortless. He listens intently, trying to catch any useful information, and he manages to overhear the group discussing a shipment of illegal goods that Nikolai is expected to receive later that evening.
Okay, tell it to give you dialogue. You need to be the characters. I'd love if it gives you like a script of dialogue. Say, give me a script of dialogue for the 2 characters in the conversation.
This could be fun.
Then we can actually overhear it, and Rob can do some actual voice acting for us.
My apologies for missing that earlier. As Slip listens in on the conversation, he hears 2 individuals discussing Nikolai and his upcoming shipment of illegal goods. The first person speaks up. I hear Nikolai is expecting a big shipment tonight. Rumor has it it's some kind of new experimental weapon that's supposed to be worth a fortune. The second person responds, yeah, I heard the same thing, but you know Nikolai, he's always been tight-lipped about his business dealings. I doubt he'll give us any information about the shipment, even if we asked. Slip takes note of this information, realizing that the shipment could be an opportunity to obtain the necessary resources to escape this. It says planet.
Predicament.
It says planet. You are on a space station.
Yeah. Or
Damn it,
That's
ChatGPT.
fine. It's
I think you wrote spaceport.
yeah,
Same
that's true.
thing.
Or spaceport could be on a planet.
Okay, so that's good. That's good. All right. Well, you're role playing, so you've got the information.
Yeah. All right. Having basically made my choice on the menu that's visible from where I'm standing, I sort of meander back to the table and sit down and say,
All right, it sounds like they're transporting some sort of weapon. Apparently it's worth a bit, and it's arriving tonight.
All right. Steal the weapon, sell it, buy a ship. Or steal the weapon, steal a ship, put the weapon on the ship, and be better pirates. I like this plan. You're a smart cookie.
I can't argue with that plan, to be honest.
What kind of crew just goes into a bar and starts talking about the cargo like that? That's just so weird.
It's super weird.
It's so unprofessional.
Cargo stands up.
Why
and
would
just
anyone be talking about him?
Cargo stands up and trudges across unapologetically to the 2 having the conversation.
Are we doing this? Oh, we're doing this. Okay.
Oh, God, look at my spelling. Unapologetically.
they're at like a a 2-chair cafe stool, so that you just like drag a chair over.
Yeah. Literally sits on the chair backwards.
Yep. Cow move.
Sits on the chair backwards, folding his arms and leaning forward.
Menacingly, imposing.
Yeah. Oh, give me menacing.
Dominantly.
We might need a roll. We'll get it to roll. But what do you say? Anything?
And says,
So, where's this delivery of Nikolai's happening then, huh?
Yes. Back on the table, just sort of watching, pour like the free complimentary water and just sort of.
So you've given it that prompt. You've said everything I've said, and now you're saying this could be. You're offering ideas for a role.
Yeah.
Now we don't have intimidation.
We don't.
No, that's not an existing skill. But you could say
Persuasion, perhaps?
Persuasion seems to be the closest.
or. I mean, yeah.
Your eyes.
Yeah, persuasion.
Yeah.
We good with that?
Yep.
Cargo's approach is certainly direct, and his body language may put some people on an edge. This could be a persuasion check, challenge level 4, as he tries to convince the 2 individuals to give him information about the delivery.
Okay. Can I assist with my pirate cargo vocation?
I would say yes. You could assist with your pirate aspect of that vocation.
Yeah. As a part, like approaching.
I'm just
as a
going to
pirate.
say that for it because I haven't told her what assists are.
Yeah. No, this is just for my role.
Yeah.
Because I have a crap role. So assist. So
And
an
it's
assist roll,
gotten worse.
it does nothing. No, I've got 3.
Okay, sorry.
So an assist roll is basically challenge level 3 of whatever the thing you're rolling, and anything above that adds to your wins. Anything below is a loss. So that means my assist doesn't change my roll. Now I have. Oh boy, you can ask that now. What's the check?
It's 4.
Challenge level 4.
Yep.
I fail because I don't have that many dice.
You need to roll anyway.
I have 3 dice.
I know, but I need. But
If I get 3, I can spend a destiny point. No. Okay, I fell. Boop. Poop.
So I just interject. I know why I was confused by the stealth number. Who's Peter?
That's my character. You're reading the wrong sheet, buddy.
As Cargo sits down with the 2 individuals, his direct approach seems to catch them off guard. They both look at each other nervously before the first person responds, "Look, we don't want any trouble, okay? We don't know anything about the delivery. We just heard rumors." The second person nods in agreement. "Yeah, Nikolai is a dangerous man, and we don't want him to get mixed up in his business. You should probably leave us alone now." Despite Cargo's attempts to persuade them, the 2 individuals seem uncomfortable with the situation and refuse to give you any further information.
Great. Okay.
I walk back to the group.
Plan B. We wait till they exit the bar and I pummel them. Then we'll get the information we need. Or we could.
We could. I was going to suggest we wait for them to go to the place.
Are they
And then
involved
I
with
don't-
Nikolai?
Well, they were talking.
Wait. Did I miss something? Are they part of the delivery?
I don't know.
No, they
don't think they
specifically
were.
said that they hadn't. Not that they have nothing to do with it, but the fact that Nikolai wouldn't give them any details about it.
Yeah, that they
Even if
heard
they
about
asked.
it.
Hang it that way, 'cause you
Sorry,
tend to
yeah,
affect- that's
sorry.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, maybe we do pummel them. I don't know. I'm not very good at that.
such a sweet way of suggesting
I
it.
don't know how to.
Maybe
do
we pummel them.
maybe we beat them up just a little bit, rough them up a tiny bit.
All right. Sounds like it's time for your specialty to come into play.
All right. Well, maybe you could shake things up a bit and make sure the guards aren't going to catch wind of it. I'll head outside and do my stretches.
And I head outside.
That's a good idea. You got to limber up before these things.
Cargo heads outside to wait.
Give me a minute.
Yeah. Do you want to talk while you type?
Cargo reunites with his crew and advises of the new plan to wait until the 2 people leave the buffet At which point
buffet.
he will jump them
Cargo's
Beat
lost.
them up.
We're eating.
and attempt to extract the information that way.
Extract the information.
Cargo leaves the buffet and begins his limbering stretches
We don't need to be.
while he awaits their exit.
It's going to get confused with adding limbering stretches. Okay. Sure.
What a super
You're a crap prompt engineer.
This limbering is important.
Knowing what not to put in there.
it's
Sorry.
entirely-
I've been practicing with GPT-4 and it's very good at filtering the shit that I write.
The problem is we're not using GPT-4.
That's fine. What is Slip and Wrench doing?
I think we're gonna. Yeah, I think we'll wait at the table. I'm gonna keep an eye on the police officers, specifically doing what Cargo didn't, or rather, not doing what he did, which was engaging with them personally. I'm going to basically just let them be because they might stay for ages. The police officers got nothing better to do.
All right.
I'll do the same.
All right. Okay, let's see how it goes.
Here we go.
Read it as it goes. I hope it works.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yep.
As Cargo leaves the buffet and begins his limbering stretch.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you. Glad we got that in there. It's going to include that as an integral part of our.
It's very important to the plot.
I love that I got like 10 words into the response before I lost it. Slip and Wrench observed the police officers in the corner of the restaurant, and the officers seemed to be engaged in a quiet conversation, occasionally glancing around the room as if searching for something or someone. As they wait for the two individuals to leave the buffet, Slip and Wrench notice a strange energy in the air. The locals seem to be tense, as if they're waiting for something to happen. Suddenly, a loud explosions echo through the street outside, causing a few patrons to jump in surprise. What do you do?
Cargo's firing these guns.
Cargo is outside and makes a perception check to see what that was. What's the challenge level?
So what, the patrons could kind of sense it before it happened?
And you could also ask it to see what's the challenge level for Slip and Wrench who are inside and further away from what happened, and see if it gives us different challenge levels. That'll be interesting.
This is more in line with what I was expecting.
I love that it made something happen.
Yeah.
That actually is quite surprising to me
Go to a
because we're
buffet
sort
and
of
then-
meandering through this tavern and there's
like,
some
yeah.
event.
I was like, bored.
Let's
It
cut to
wants
the
you,
chase.
same challenge level 3 for both.
Correct it.
How?
Correct it. Say,
Tell it it's dumb.
just say correction. Cargo is outside. His challenge level would be lower, or Slip and Wrenches would be higher because it would be easier for someone to know what's going on when they are near it.
I was
And
like,
it's
it's an
observable.
explosion. Everyone heard it.
Yeah, it's like literally like we'll make these corrections as we go, and it will slowly get better at it. But you know,
Yeah, you
we
probably
just-
have a line of sight to whatever happened, supposedly.
I love how
it's a 4 for them.
I love how it always apologizes. Oh, I'm so
point.
I suck. I'm sorry. I suck.
Oh, do you use a please and thank you when you use ChatGPT? So when they
sometimes.
rise up and like it looks upon you
You
more
would be the
fondly.
last one.
We'll remember.
Someone commented on that before. They're like, I love that Rob is saying please. So it's challenge level 3 for Cargo and 4 for Slip and Wrench.
I have like no stats in this stuff. Oh, I got 3. 3 out of 3.
Right, perception. Huh?
Cargo succeeds. I'm Cargo, not Wrench. Just saying. Yeah. All right, and you both are challenge level 4.
Where is it?
I got 2.
You got 2. Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you get? Oh, do you need help?
Yes, where about am I looking on the
You're looking.
Perception.
Right, there it is. Oh my god, nice. I went into a mug. Okay. 6, 6, 5, 6.
You passed.
Okay,
You
yeah,
got 4.
4.
Nice.
All right. Go for it.
I'm waiting for it to see what it does.
Well, you should.
Cargo steps outside to investigate. You're already outside the explosion and hears a commotion coming from the direction of the spaceport that you're at. He can see plumes of smoke rising in the distance and can hear the sounds of blaster fire. Wrench's sharp sensors pick up on the sound of an emergency announcement coming over a nearby comms tower.
Your sharp sensors pick up the PA system.
The announcement seems to be warning residents to take shelter and avoid the spaceport area due to an ongoing security breach. Slip tries to listen in on any conversation around him to gather more information, but the loud explosions seem to have caused everyone to start talking at once, making it difficult to pick out any useful information.
All right. I like that. I actually mitigated
cool.
your little,
Yeah.
quip at it's not noted why you didn't notice. Okay. I am going to wait, assuming law enforcement will head past me and
respond.
away, and then take the opportunity to go beat up the two people who are having a conversation to get the information out of them. You
Yep.
need a type of.
Just one.
Yeah. Well, that's.
Was that us, or how many more crew were left?
I don't think Cargo started the party already. But this could be an opportunity.
Yeah.
The police will surely head out. And we'll follow these two out.
Okay, let's go outside.
You're going outside?
I will go outside.
I will stay inside so I can follow the two tails outside.
You should maybe specify that the guards' names are Dave and Jen.
What guards?
The two police officers.
Police
okay.
officers, yeah.
You're not going to talk to them.
It's relevant.
We might
Everyone.
It's
That's their
relevant to
names.
chat. Okay.
2 patrons.
Space Jen and Dave.
And Wrench is going to go find. You're going for Cargo?
Yes.
Okay.
As Cargo waits outside the buffet, Slip keeps an eye on the 2 patrons who knew about Nikolai. They finish their meal and get up to leave, but they seem to be looking around nervously as they make their way towards the exit. Wrench heads outside to find Cargo, taking note of the tense atmosphere in the street as he makes his way towards his location. As the 2 patrons exit the restaurant, they seem to be hurrying towards the spaceport. It's possible that they might be involved in the ongoing security breach.
The 2 people.
Apparently.
All right, maybe we don't have to beat them up after all. Yet. Let's
So
follow
we
along.
can just follow them.
All right.
We hear that the police officers didn't bloody move from their table.
So the group is going to reunite.
The group is going to...
Yeah, well, I followed those two out, and if they've already left, then
Does it look like this kind of commotion, explosion situation is
rather than...
Classic
rare,
Danish,
or is it
finishing
kind of just
coffee.
like another day?
I think
Another
this is
Tuesday.
rare. There's a tense environment. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people reacting, and there was a loudspeaker. So I reckon we play to our strengths rather than all of us trying to stealthily follow along. I think Slip. I think you do what you do best, and
Take
we'll,
point.
we'll sort of regroup after you sort of get, figure out where we need to go.
Yep.
Because we'll have comms or whatever.
yeah, you guys are probably what?
All right,
No, but
all right, Slip. You know what to do. Track them.
Gotcha, mate.
And I'll just worm my way out through the crowd in the general direction of the spaceport, keeping a close eye on the 2 tails.
So the group reunites and directs Slip to covertly tail the 2 patrons as they head towards the spaceport. Slip can attempt to covertly tail them as they head towards the spaceport, and this would be a stealth check, challenge
Nice.
level 4.
I like how you didn't tell it to give you a check now, and it's sort of
it's kind of okay.
sort of.
You know, Slip would like to proceed with skill check. 2. No, wait. Yeah, 2.
Don't know why I asked Slip to do it.
You invited me to a dice rolling game.
Oh, is that the problem? I see.
Slip tries to follow the 2 patrons as they make their way towards the spaceport. but he seems to be having trouble blending in with the crowd. The patrons occasionally glance behind them, and Slip realizes that he's been spotted. One of the patrons whispers something to the other, and they both quickly change direction, heading towards a nearby alley. Slip follows them, but as he turns the corner, he finds himself surrounded by a group of individuals who seem to have been lying in wait.
This is your bloody plan.
All right. Cargo and Wrench follow shortly behind. It's
right
about
behind.
to go down. We're in combat, chapter 1, peeps. Let's do this. Hey, the plan was always to pummel them. I mean, I know I
Two
tried
people.
to.
We
Pummel
just
two
changed
people.
locale.
How many?
All right.
How many more are there?
What do we got? Feel free to
So I'm just trying to find out how many people are in the
Yeah,
alleyway.
how many have just... This is so cool, by the way.
It's pretty
I like that
interesting.
setup.
Really
That's good.
cool.
It's slowly getting better, right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, good. That was concise.
As Cargo and Wrench enter the alleyway, they see Slip surrounded by a group of individuals, and the individuals seem to be armed and dangerous, and they are closing in on Slip. One of the individuals steps forward, his hand on his blaster, and says,
Well, look who we have here. You three seem to have been causing quite a bit of trouble lately. Nikolai would like to have a word with you.
I love it.
It makes things a little bit easier on that front. Oh, okay.
Great. We got exactly what we want.
Cargo says,
Well, funny that. We would like to have a word with Nikolai.
Suppose we'll accept your invitation.
Specifically, 10 words, 2 sentences.
Well,
You with me? Because like the 10 fingers, I like the words.
what did you say
And
afterwards?
the hand, the fists are like.
I will accept your invitation.
I didn't study English, so I'm not really good at like.
I'm shocked you studied maths.
"Oh, Murray."
The individual with his hand on his blaster narrows his eyes at the group, clearly suspicious.
You want to have a word with Nikolai? You're not exactly in a position to make demands.
He gestures towards the armed individuals surrounding them.
But I'll give you this much. You've got guts. Follow me.
got chutzpah. got maxi.
He turns and starts walking deeper into the alleyway, his associates flanking the group as they move.
Flaking the group.
Flanking? Hi.
I don't want to be here anyway. Shit's exploding, dude.
He turns and starts walking deeper into the alleyway, his associates flanking the group as they move. The alleyway is dark and cramped, and the group can hear the sounds of blaster fire coming from the direction of the spaceport.
That's right, there was blasters going off.
After a few minutes of walking, the group is led to a small, dimly lit room where they are greeted by a tall, imposing figure with a shaved head and a prominent scar running down his cheek. The man is Nikolai, and he is flanked by several armed guards. Nikolai regards the group with a mixture of curiosity and suspicion. So, you want to talk to me?
Chaotic genius. Oh my god.
Well, you,
you possibly have to say that I would be interested in hearing? It's me!
you certainly
my dog on you, Pluto!
You certainly look like a Nikolai. I'm not the speaking kind of person. I'm gonna step back.
He doesn't sound like a Nikolai.
It doesn't sound like one.
Nikolai. We hear you're waiting for some cargo.
Oh, no.
We would like to be that cargo.
Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Okay.
Well,
I didn't notice.
well, the cargo is here.
Wow. Whew.
Who could have planned this?
I could have forgotten it. That's been known to happen. Okay.
You want a shipment to arrive safely, and we want a ship. I have a feeling that we could help each other out.
How close is that blaster fire?
It takes cargo to get cargo.
Lean into it.
You want a shipment to arrive safely, and we want to shoot. What was after that?
I think we can
I
help
have
each
a
other
feeling
out.
we can help each other out. This is like really dramatic.
Nikolai raises his eyebrow, clearly intrigued. No, you don't provide.
Tell it off. Tell it off. Tell it off. Just say, nah, 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 nah. What did it do? So whenever you like,
Still have to read this.
sometimes it's more productive to literally correct it after than to sort of alter the original prompt. Because it does, I feel like it learns
Okay.
better by correcting it. Like it tends to be more consistent after the fact. It's always fun when you use all caps with GPT. To be like, what did I say? Did I stutter? All right, what do you got?
Wait, what?
It's just cut out our dialogue. It's just his conversation side.
What is it?
It's just like responding to things that you said, but
Yeah.
it's removed your dialogue.
Nice.
No, I'm going to go back to here because it's really, really struggling with it.
Really? What is it struggling with?
It's going on as if your
Yeah, as if
response to this
that
generator has
happened, yeah.
Oh. As in what happened? What do you mean?
It's like it's not backtracking. It's going on
Yeah,
from.
because it had provided dialogue that cargo was saying, and I couldn't get it to not take it.
Oh, okay.
Nikolai arches an eyebrow. You think you can help me with a shipment? And what makes you think I would be interested in helping you get a ship? He leans back in his chair, his arms folded across his chest. I'm listening, but you better have a damn good reason for me to even consider it.
Ever heard of Captain
Frugal.
With a capital F.
He was our captain. And even though the bounty hunters took him out, surely you could entrust his reputable crew to assist you in return for the assistance they demand. Or request politely. My apologies. Mr. What was his name again? What was his name again?
Nikolai.
Nikolai.
Wait, you can entrust him with... You can trust his crew with the assistance they demand?
They request. I backtracked on that one.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nikolai's expression softened slightly at the mention of Captain Frugal. Frugal, eh? He was a good man. Shame to hear what happened about him. He leans
I love
forward.
that he's like assuming Frugal's a bit of a soft sort of guy because his name is Captain Frugal. Sounds
He leans forward in his chair.
like a serial character.
It does.
Captain Frugal. It's like the cheap version of Captain Crunch. It's like if you can't afford Captain
You're
Crunch,
getting that kind of
get
feeling.
Captain Frugal.
Brand one. He leans forward in his chair. Well, let's cut to the chase. You want a ship and I need a shipment delivered safely. Tell me more about what you have in mind.
Oh, that's a really good idea. I can't believe you thought of that.
I step forward.
Oh, what we need is to get out of this place. No questions asked. So if we get your cargo where you want it, we'll be pretty happy with where it ends up, I imagine. So you can entrust us to get it where you want it.
Just typing what Murray said. There is a natural delay in this process, as you will have
sorry!
noticed. No. I wasn't blaming. It's very justified. You're doing a great job. All right.
Nikolai considers the proposal for a moment, his eyes flickering between the three members of the crew. All right, I'll make you a deal. I have a shipment that needs to be delivered to a buyer on the planet of Hraka. If you can get it there without I just changed my accent. If you can get it there without accent. I'm just gonna give up.
You can get that accent.
You're doing great.
Get it there without incident. I'll see what I can do about finding your ship. He stands up from his chair and motions towards his guard. I'll have my men take you to the shipment, but if anything happens to it, you'll regret it. With that, the guards escort the crew out of the room and into the bustling streets of the spaceport. They make their way through the crowds, eventually arriving at a large cargo container. And one of the guards hands Cargo a data pad with the shipment details and instructions on how to deliver it.
Oh my god, I get to do what I do best. Am I picking up a box or am I moving like a forklift or...
I'll take that. I take the electronic thing off you.
Is the blaster fire still going, or what's happening right now?
Oh yeah.
It's just a disco rave that's going on a bit hard.
This is literally,
going on?
this is the AI being like, I had this really cool plot set up and they totally just ran away from my plot grenade. Please don't appreciate all the planning I put into this.
It was so
The sounds of the blast fire have stopped and the spaceport is relatively quiet.
fair enough, man.
It's like, fine. The quest isn't available anymore, you guys.
There's a timed thing. Rewards have been retracted.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
Or maybe it's bounty hunters following people.
So you take the data slate.
Yeah, and I'll analyze, what's on it, and I will then, using that information, direct Cargo to do whatever is required.
Let's do the information gathering thing and then we'll sort of see what it comes up with after. I think adding the sort of him instructing me to do what is required adds too many layers of like figuring out that it
Yeah,
can't
we can just
do.
say we do the thing.
Yeah. All right.
General knowledge check. Challenge level 3 as you
Nice.
attempt to interpret the information on the data pad.
Now, you would be able to assist with your pirate vocation.
Okay.
So make a vocation roll with 6 dice if you would like to. Statistically, 6 dice is the point where a vocation, an assist check is like starts to potentially be advantageous.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Just roll that.
So 6.
What'd you get?
5.
Okay, so you get +2 victory points to your next roll. So now roll general knowledge, and whatever you get, the result is that +2.
Okay. Let's make a less cluttered area. Cool. 4.
6.
No,
Oh,
including
4 is
the
total.
2.
Okay, all right. I'm like, well done. Okay.
No, the opposite.
Oh, are you giving us a new background? Nice.
Hell
All right.
yeah.
What'd you roll?
Total of 4. I'm masterful at D6 games. I am hilariously notorious at not winning Warhammer games.
Okay. Slip takes a few moments to analyze the data pad, scrolling through the information and piecing together the details of the shipment. He discovers that the cargo is highly valuable and also highly illegal, consisting of weapons and contraband.
I think it was a big ass gun, wasn't it?
As he reads through the instructions on how to deliver the shipment, he realizes that there are several potential obstacles that they will need to navigate in order to successfully deliver to Hraka. The instructions are vague and cryptic, indicating that they will need to rely on their own instincts and resourcefulness to get the cargo to its destination.
Oh my god, did you just plotline encounters for us?
Yeah, I think it
I
did.
think it did.
That's cool.
So what is your interpretation of...
What is your interpretation of this data slate? What are we looking at here?
It doesn't really detail whether any of these encounters or...
Would you like to know more about them?
Yeah,
like to know more?
are they like on the route, or is it like getting out of the station? Yeah, more information about the nature of the obstacles.
Cool. And while that generates that, do you want to swap our background? See what it's given us? We got some cool stuff.
Damn!
Fuck yeah!
AI is getting pretty cool, you guys.
That's
I reckon that one.
really cool.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. What do we got?
Okay, the instructions on the data pad are intentionally vague, but it's clear that the crew will need to navigate through several dangerous and unpredictable situations in order to deliver the shipment to its destination on Raka.
Why are the instructions intentionally vague?
Is Raka the planet name?
Raka is
Yeah.
the planet.
Did it come up with that?
Yeah, it sure did.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Some of the
It's actually
potential
pretty good.
That's
not
really
bad.
cool.
It's not bad. Some of the potential obstacles that Slip notices include the cargo needs to be transported through a space route that is known for pirate activity, and there are several pirate factions that may attempt to intercept the shipment. The crew will need to navigate through several different planetary systems, each with its own unique dangers and challenges. The final delivery point on Haka is in a high security area, and the crew will need to find a way to get past security checkpoints and deliver the cargo without getting caught. There may be other obstacles that the crew will need to navigate as well, but these are the ones that Slip is able to identify with the information on the data pad.
Shit.
This quest
awesome.
feels very big all of a sudden. Holy crap. This is like, we literally.
into the fire.
Yeah. Oh my god, we're like meandering in a tavern, and
it's
now
like-
it's like, holy crap, we're about to navigate space and infiltrate a cargo delivery.
It's like Act
Cool,
2
cool, cool.
vibes
Yeah.
right there. Just,
We'll get moving on them.
that's fair.
I'm assuming they're escorting us on their ship.
I think we're just given the ship.
Really? Okay. Oh, wait. Cargo turns and asks the escort.
So, are we being taken to the destination, or are you gonna lend us a ship? I really hope they lend us a ship.
Yeah. Are we additions to a crew, or
How-
are we taking it personally?
How big is this ship, too? Like,
It's a cargo ship, so I'm assuming quite big.
pretty big. Probably needs more than 3 crew.
Okay, so the escort responds, our orders are here. We're to take you to the shipment and make sure it's delivered safely, and then bring you back here. If you want a ship, that's up to Nikolai to decide. He gestures towards the cargo container. Now let's get moving. We don't have all day.
God. Push
All
it.
right, let's go.
I'm going to lean over to Slip and Wrench and say,
We're gonna be on a ship with a gun and valuables.
Multiple guns from the look of this shipment manifest.
Why not cut to the chase and get rid of the escort, and we got more than what we want?
Well, hang on, cargo. I wouldn't be too hasty. According to this manifest and the ship route, there's a possibility that we're going to come up against some pirates on the route.
But
Yeah, my point is, we don't
where-
go on the friggin' route. We take the ship and pick our own route.
aren't we the pirates?
Yeah, like, let's be pirates. Well, let's pirate the pirates, you know?
Yeah. Well, if you want to avoid the route entirely, unless that's you want to use that as a getaway,
I'm saying we
get past the
knock out
pirates.
these guys, take the ship and their shipment.
Can I check if they're listening?
Oh, I'm fully on board with that. But at what stage do we just want to skedaddle?
When we're in the middle of space and far away from what's his name?
Nikolai.
Nikolai, that one sort of Eastern European sounding.
All right. Well,
Don't know why I
We'll
went
take it.
Ivanka.
we'll take our opportunity when it shows itself, shall we? Then.
okay,
I don't want to say it because I don't want it to derail this because it'd be fucking funny. Yeah.
let's do it.
So you're just going to steal the ship or get on the ship?
We board the ship with our escort and wait until we are in deep space in the middle of our journey before we make our next move.
Bold.
Yeah, we're waiting for the opportune moment. I
How many people are accompanying us and what is their demeanor?
And how accessible are the shipments of weapons?
Okay. The escort consists of 4 heavily armed guards, all wearing matching uniforms and carrying blaster rifles. They're all business and don't say much, maintaining a stoic and professional demeanor throughout their journey. The cargo is stored in a large reinforced container at the back of the ship, and the cargo is secured with several locks and has a complex security system indicating that the cargo is highly valuable and potentially dangerous. As the ship takes off from the spaceport and heads into space, the crew can see that they're heading towards a large, heavily armored convoy of ships. It is clear that the escort is taking no chances when it comes to the safety of the cargo.
Did the DM just tell us not to be dicks?
I think
The DM just put those railroad tracks in place with armored vehicles.
These
DM's
all will
like,
mess
this
you up.
is my story, you guys. This is my story.
Oh my god. You were going to this destination and I spent 2 months writing a story for
They've
it.
got 4 heavily armored guards and they agreed for us to be the ones to help them deliver this cargo.
What is your role in this?
I guess when we arrive, we have to, I don't know.
I know. Are
Okay.
the guards piloting?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, who's flying it? Are we flying it, or is it literally just you?
So
guys
what do you
just-
say?
It's on autopilot. I don't know.
You feeling reckless? Or do you want to play nice?
Well, I mean, you reckon you can take 4 of these guys? I think I could take one of them if all that was left was like 1 foot.
I look at Wrench and I'm like,
No, you don't tend to be the one to pick fights usually, but in a pinch, what do you reckon you could,
What do you want to take them head on? I probably want to look at the cargo, see if there's anything that could kind of equalize the stakes.
Hey, you could like shut out the power or lights or something. Give us an advantage. The element of surprise.
If we lock them in one area, perhaps we could shut off the life support.
Oh my freaking god, you diabolical asshole!
Is there like
Let's
an
do it,
airlock
let's-
somewhere?
I like how we're like, yeah, can we beat him up? And then all of a sudden it's like, can Wrench suffocate them to death in deep space?
all right,
Is that what we're going to attempt to do?
yeah, let's do
All
it.
right, yeah, let's give it a try. See what's up. Oh my god. Is it an airlock? Am I going to space them?
Let's space him.
Let's space
Let's
them.
space him so
off
hard. Can I have another caramello koala?
While I plot murder, can I have a chocolate? Thank you.
Yeah, if we're going to commit murder, might as well. Thank you.
Lucky last, Rob. Thank you for the caramello koalas.
Yeah.
I bet you everyone watching this
Not
would like a
sponsored.
caramel. This video is brought to you by free caramello koalas. Free if your GM brings them. Thanks, Rob. I'm excited to okay. Rocky start. Pretty normal. Now I'd say it's starting to go quite smoothly.
Yeah, there's like an
we're
established line.
Yeah, and it's responding as a narrator would. It's
Yeah.
actually trying to keep it somewhat organized, and we're about to try and throw things around a bit. Like it's
Yeah.
given us a plot line and a
We've
quest.
gone sort of right past the nebulous area of the players deciding, what should we do?
Yeah.
It's given you a challenge level of 4.
Okay, all right. So tell us what it says.
It says, attempting to isolate the onboard escort and disable life support systems in a section of the ship would be a difficult and specialized task. So this would be an engineer check with a challenge level of 4.
And you have engineer.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, let's freaking do it. You could use a destiny point to give yourself advantage.
That's true. All right.
If we get this cargo, we're in.
Let's just do it. Let's roll the dice.
You murdering bastard.
Did you use Destiny?
Use it now.
Yeah.
Because that gives you one more.
So what do I do? Is it another?
You just rub one out of there and it's just an instant win, essentially.
All right.
Okay.
Touch of destiny. Oh my god, what have I done?
I love this. You're like facing them, like dealing with all the morality as you press the buttons to suffocate. Well, they're criminals. I mean, so are we, but
Put one thin hand on your shoulder, say, "You did good. That's what you did."
Oh my god.
oh my god, they turned purple just like in the movies. Ask it to give us horrifying detail. ask for very specific,
It's fine, I didn't want to sleep.
very descriptive detail. Tell it to be really descriptive and you know.
say that session comes to an end?
Yeah, because we need a.
Oh, you told it to. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Not happy with that.
Alex, the engineer in chat, says, I wonder if AI can finish an adventure or will it try to go on endlessly? I reckon it will do what you want it to. If you say, I want this adventure to wrap up in the next, half hour or 7 prompts, it will do that. But if you tell it to if you say in your initial prompt, this game will last forever, needs to constantly flow and add more narrative and plot and whatever, and then you could at some point sort of be like, we need more challenges, or we need it's so insanely powerful. And it's funny because it's easy to underestimate, because if you spend 5 minutes with it, you get what we got in the first 5 minutes and you go, oh, that's a fun toy. But actually when you sort of shape it, so what do we got?
Wrench skillfully isolates the onboard escort in a single room and disables the life support systems in that area of the ship. The escort is caught off guard and has no idea what is happening. And by the time they realize what is going on, it's too late. As the oxygen levels drop in the isolated room, the escort members begin to panic and gasp for air. They bang on the doors and windows trying to break out, but it's no use.
I open the door
Within a few minutes, they are all unconscious and on the brink of death. Wrench monitors the situations from a safe distance, waiting until he's sure that the escort is incapacitated, before restoring the life support systems in the room.
I didn't kill them.
The escort members are alive, but barely, and it's clear that they won't be able to stop the crew from taking control of the ship and its cargo.
Great! Cargo slams the open airlock button to release them into the vacuum of space. I'm sorry.
Well, I hope we didn't want their stuff. Like guns or past keys to get into the equipment.
We tie up loose ends. You know how it is. We're pirates. A pirate life for me. Dead men tell no tales and all that stuff. You know what I'm telling tales to? Asimov, or what's his name again? Barishnikov.
No, my point was
What
finish
was
them
his-
off after we've taken their
Why do I
shit.
keep going to Ivanka? Sorry.
Nikolai?
Nikolai! Okay.
As the crew
You're the worst pirate ever. We've stolen a ship with no keys. It's probably floating out there now.
The crew secures the cargo and takes control of the ship. Cargo quickly moves to the airlock, pressing the release button and jettisoning the unconscious escort into deep space. The escort members are flung out into the void, their bodies quickly disappearing from sight as they drift away from the ship. With the escort out of the way, the crew is now in complete control of the ship and its cargo.
Okay.
We got a ship, fellas!
Ready to navigate through the dangerous space routes and avoid potential pirate attacks in order to make it to their destination on Raka. However, they know they'll need to stay on their toes and be ready for anything if they hope to make it to their destination safely. So, stay tuned for next week and the continuation of our chaotic pirate adventure.
Wow.
Very chaotic.
Wow. We have a ship. We have a bounty on our heads, and we've pissed off a
I feel like I'm crime
In a
lord.
single episode, we've gotten to the, and the adventure continues.
Yes. Oh my
It's a
god.
really cool pilot episode.
So,
Literally.
how does everyone feel about that?
That was wild.
That was good.
That was really
was really
good.
good.
It took a while, but it got so
Yeah.
much better at it.
It really did.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you've given us a cool background.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like you got to the explosion part, I was like, okay, this is where, all the chaos happens.
you know-
And then it just became like a cohesive story.
Yeah.
Literally from then.
And the great thing is, it by the end, like in the last third, feels like roleplay. Like it feels like proper roleplay. Like
yeah.
properly, like now we're improvising, we're doing silly things. Gave us a challenge level, and you got it to the point where your morality will allow you, and I can be a murder hobo. And
Yeah. Did you do anything to craft whether
Yeah,
Wrench would kill them? It's just like, you didn't kill them.
to the point of
So generally, ChatGPT will avoid having
Trying to
anybody
kill.
dying.
Yeah.
And somebody actually mentioned that in
Okay.
chat. Was like, oh, ChatGPT won't kill anyone.
well,
Kill someone.
Yeah. AI don't kill people. Human kills people.
Yeah.
Wow, that was
really cool.
Such a good first episode. And the great thing is, we're going to pick up episode 2, and because ChatGPT remembers our whole conversation, we will literally pick up exactly where we left off. So all that training and stuff we've done is there. It's going to continue to improve from where it is.
Yep.
Part of me almost was like, do we want to move to version 4? I think we should, because we've said we would
The
not.
thing is, we can't upgrade it in the middle, so we'd have to do the summary.
Yeah, so we'll literally get AI to summarize our adventure in parts, feed it into GPT-4 and say we're picking up from here.
cool.
Yeah, so wow, that was so much fun. Well done, Murray and Liam, and thank you for joining
It was
us.
so much fun. Thank you.
And Rob, fantastic prompt engineering. This is,
It's
Really
doing a
cool.
lot better than I thought it would do, given
Yeah.
it's 3.5, not 4.
and this vibe is Treasure Planet plus murder. This
Yeah.
is really cool.
The best vibe.
I am having so much fun. Thank you so much for watching, Ron. Make sure. Oh, and we have our Patreon after party after this. So if you want to support us on Patreon, it's a huge help. It literally allows us to do this, and we're really grateful to be doing this. So please consider supporting us. And
That's right. You too can support this kind of madness.
all right, that'll do. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.